Hey, this is Sam here with your latest training that I've decided to put together to coincide with the blog post that I've put together on my website. So if you want to find out more, then you can always go to the blog post, make links available for you to click on and to check out this blog post. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to discuss the 5 blogging mistakes to avoid. Blogging mistakes to avoid introductory. So the first thing I wanted to really discuss is that there are blogging mistakes that you absolutely must avoid, just like there are blogging things that you absolutely must do, okay? Because it's going to basically increase your chances of the exposure and the success of your actual blog, okay? So blogging mistake number 1 to avoid is not collecting emails. This is probably the number 1 mistake that I see out there when people put together a blog. They get so focused on creating content for that particular blog that they forget to collect emails. Now, why is it so important? The reason why it's so important to collect emails is because emails are what's going to become the bloodline of your business, meaning it's what's going to create revenue for you so as a marketer so that you can start making money. You see, the people who are reading your blog post, if they like what you've put together, and if they're interested in the free content upgrade that you've put out there for them as well, then they're going to want to opt in because they want to learn more of you. That's their way of putting their hand up and say, hey, look, I like what you're doing, and I want to see more. So if you want to learn more about content upgrades, I'll put a link in the description box below so that you can check that out yourself. That's a separate blog post and training altogether. Okay, but it's definitely something you want to check out. Make sure that you collect emails from the get-go by creating landing pages and opt-in boxes on all your different blog posts and all the content that you put out there so that people can get more of you. That's the reason why they're checking it out. Okay, and if you want more on landing pages, again, another training, another blog post that I put together that I can give to you below. Okay, blogging mistake number 2, okay, and that is not using SEO. And let me get very, very clear on this. Okay, I'm not talking about creating a million backlinks to whatever it is that you put together. I'm not talking about using some black hat tactics to try and game the system, try to beat Google, because let's be honest, nobody is beating Google. Okay, I mean, Facebook is challenging, but that's a completely different conversation. In terms of us, like using SEO, search engine optimization, you are not going to beat Google. Okay, they have the best employees, technologically wise, that work around the clock all day, every single day, to stop people from doing rubbish like that, right? Because what they want to do is provide the most relevant content to their customers, i.e. people who Google things, right? And the way that they're going to do that is to find the best potential answer for them, not by somebody cheating their way to the top. Okay, now people have gotten away with this in the past, but every time Google updates what it is that they do, they get better and better and better, to the point where basically they've got like these virtual bots that go out and search sites and find out these things without them even having to do the work, and then they have someone manually following up to double check, right? So don't bother with that sort of stuff. The kind of SEO that I'm talking about is white hat stuff. I'm talking about optimizing your blog post so that you can advise Google what that blog post is about so they know how to index it correctly. Say, for example, you write a blog post but you don't use SEO, right? And then Google comes along and they check out the blog post and they go, oh, this is about email marketing. When in fact, you've actually written about content marketing, right? And then they index that, and then the people who come looking for that particular content, they find out that, hey, actually this is not what I was looking for, and bang, they're gone, right? And so automatically you've got a higher bounce rate as a result, and you've just lost a potential customer because you've not SEO'd properly. Okay, so we're not using it to game the system, we're using it to advise the system of what it's about so that we can get the right people coming to our blogs and checking out our stuff. Okay, blogging mistakes number 3 to avoid is being inconsistent. Okay, a lot of people get super excited when they start blogging, and they start maybe 3, 4, 5 blog posts a week, and they write little 300 to 400 word blog posts, and they get all super excited, and then after like 3 weeks they stop. They don't do anything, and they go, oh, blogging doesn't work, this is rubbish. Okay, blogging does work, but it is a mid to long term process, meaning 6+ months, right? 6 to 18 months is what I classify as midterm, right? Short term is 6 months or less, and that's where like social media and stuff like that comes in. And then 18 plus months is what I classify as long term. Okay, so I classify blogging as mid to long term because you really can, if you get consistent and blog regularly enough, you can start gaining results in 6 months. I'm not saying that you will, but you can. Okay, and 18 plus months, you absolutely will. You know, some of the biggest authorities online now are people that blog consistently over a span of 2, 3, 4 years. You know, if you think about your blog posts, right, and the content that you put together as like a little money magnet. Okay, think about every blog post, put it in your mind, you know, lock it in this way as a way of challenging yourself and getting yourself excited long term. Every single blog post that you write is $100 or $500 or $1,000 of unpaid checks, right, sitting in your virtual account, meaning your website. Okay, so every time you put out a blog post, you know, and we're talking about something relevant that can actually help, you know, your customers, not just some crappy 300-word thing that says, hey, look, this is the opportunity that I'm involved in, and you should absolutely get involved too because blah 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 blah. No one wants to hear that sort of rubbish. Okay, people want content that's actually going to help resolve whatever problems they actually have. This video, for example, is one of them. We're putting together something to actually help you, 5 mistakes to help you avoid when you start blogging, you know, so that you don't go through the mistakes that I've been through. Okay, that's how you fast track your success. And being inconsistent was one of the mistakes that I see all the time, and a mistake that I made earlier on. Okay, once I started getting consistent, within like 2 months, I actually got my first automated $1,250 day, right, from running the system that I run in combination with being consistent in blogging. And I was only blogging like twice a week. Okay, it's not the regularity is not as important as the consistency. Okay, and Google does actually pick up on these things because if you blog consistently, they see you as reliable. If you're putting out content that people actually read and like, then they're going to send you more and more traffic. Okay, so if you just pick whatever it is that fits into your schedule. Say, for example, you're not working right now, then great. You can afford to blog. You can sit down and blog every single day. That's great, right? It means you're just going to get faster results. However, if you are working, if you've got a job and you can really only afford to sit down once or twice a week and put together 500 to 700 words, then that's great too. But just pick a plan that fits with your current lifestyle, but do push yourself a little bit, okay? Because you know you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone in order to gain any sort of success. And make sure that you stick to whatever it is that you've decided to pursue. Okay, so for example, me personally, I try to blog 2 to 3 times per week, so a minimum of twice a week, okay, and a maximum of 3 times per week, because that's what I can currently do at the moment, right? And I do gain results for that, so I'm happy to continue that trend, right? So be consistent with what it is that you're actually doing. Blogging mistake number 4 to avoid is URLs, and by what I mean by that is not using them. I see all the time, you know, I've seen great blog posts written up, but then there are no referring URLs. There's 2 reasons why you want to do this. Number 1 is for Google, right? Because Google does actually like to see you referring to outside authoritarian resources. But number 2 is that you want people checking out other stuff in your website that is relevant to them at that particular moment in time. For example, what you want to do is, if you write a blog post and it says something about email marketing, in those 2 words, you can create your hyperlink, right, using WordPress. You can create that hyperlink and send it to your blog post that you've created about email marketing, or perhaps maybe an opt-in form, or a landing page about email marketing, right? Or say, for example, if you've got and it talks about business opportunity, then in that business opportunity, those particular words, you use again a URL that links to either the business opportunity that you're involved in, you know, or preferably a page that you put together, right, a bridge page that you put together to refer them to that particular opportunity. But also you want to be able to add to all of your other content, right? So if, for example, for me, every blog post that I put together, I try my best to refer between 5 and 10 other resources, right? Because if someone comes to your blog post and they read something, let's say, for example, they read a particular paragraph from your blog, right? Because majority of people are like, it's like they're on Facebook when they're reading blog posts. They're not necessarily reading the entire page. They're kind of just browsing, which is why it's important to use your different headers, right? So H1, H2, H3, H4. Okay, a little bit more on that later on. So what you want to do is when people are reading something that they're actually interested in, say, for example, email marketing, even if your blog post is about making money online, when they're reading something about email marketing, that's what they're interested in. If they're actually reading that particular paragraph, that's what they want to know more about at that particular moment in time. And in that moment in time, you want to have a URL that's going to send them to either a landing page, a bridge page, or more resources, right? A lot of what I do is I refer people to blog posts that are related to that specific topic because they're more likely to consume that content. And in doing so, I will be, number one, seen more as an authority, I'll be trusted more, I'll be liked more, and then therefore they're more likely to opt into my email list, which allows me then to promote my opportunity and connect with them personally. I hope you guys see the value in this. If you doubt what it is that I'm actually saying here, go to the number one information resource website in the world, Wikipedia, and look at what they do. There are URLs going left, right, and center, right? Now, I'm not saying we're not information sites. Obviously, we're bloggers, okay? So we don't want to, we don't want to link every third word, okay? That's just annoying. But you do want to link. As you create more and more blog posts, you want to interlink them together so people can find more and more of your stuff, okay? Blogging mistake number 5 to avoid, okay, is not having a self-hosted site. People want to get into things as easy as they possibly can, and I completely understand. Trust me, I went down this path myself. I battled with myself internally to set up my own site because I'm like, oh damn, what if something happens and I'll be more responsible for it? What happens with this and this and this and this, blah, 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 blah. I'd rather have Wix. I'd rather have Blogger. I'd rather have, insert name here, right? Here is the straight up, honest truth. You want a self-hosted site that you can fully control yourself from the get-go so that you can maximize all of the effort that you put in. And by maximize, I'm talking about giving yourself the best possible opportunity to succeed long-term. Okay, so obviously you're here because you want to make money online. You want to learn how to blog, right? And if you want to blog, it means you want to learn how to make money long-term, right? Okay, and there's nothing wrong with making money. We should be compensated for our services and our expertise. That's a simple fact of life, okay? You go to a restaurant, you ask someone to cook for you. What do? You pay them, right? Same thing. So you want a self-hosted site so that you can have full control of what's going on. Because look, if you go onto other websites and you put together something that they don't like, they can shut you down because it's their website, right? There is almost nothing you can do about it. But more importantly, what I don't like about them being shut down is the simple fact that everything that you put together is gone forever, okay? And I'll actually challenge you one step further. Type into Google something that you're interested in, blogging mistakes, for example, right? That's what we're talking about right now. And I dare you to try and find a website that was put together by Blogger or by Wix or by something of that sort that is actually on the top page. You might not even find something in the top 5 pages, right? Until you get something that's like ridiculously like macro niche that nobody checks out. Okay, so what that actually means is that like I actually want you to continue to be successful at what it is that you're doing. And in order to do so, you need to have your own self-hosted site. And trust me, it is not as difficult as you think. More importantly, you gain full access and full control moving forward, and all you need to do is invest in a domain name and hosting, right? So look, I want to thank you so much for checking out this video. What I wanted to offer you is if you'd like me to build your blog for you, I can do so for $97. I can have a professional blog set up with WordPress that you're in full control of. I will help you get the domain name and the hosting, and I will help set up your blog so that all you have to do is get in there and start blogging so you can start being successful at what it is that you actually want to do. All right. So thank you so much again for stopping by and watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I will be putting together more kick-ass content like this. It is what I do, right? And more importantly, go ahead and opt into my email marketing list so I can connect with you on a personal basis and give you daily marketing tips that only my subscribers receive. All right, so thank you again so much. Take care, much love, and I will talk to you soon.